Time now for both sides of the story on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. Join us as we explore the issues, present the facts, speak with the experts, and as always, listen to both sides. What's your story? Tell us on both sides of the story. 922-4112, 922-4113, 922-4114, and 922-4115. You can listen to both sides of the story on the Gleaner's website, www.go-jamaica.com, on your mobile phones at tunein.com or nobex.com, or by dialing 832-551-5045 or 213-493-0133 in the USA. If you're in the UK, you can dial 020-3519-0145, and in Germany 051-180-904044. Our email address is bothsides106 at live.com, and you can join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or link us up on Skype. We look forward to receiving your instant messages on MSN or Yahoo, and your text messages on 365-3346. Remember, we have two ears and one mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
You have the song?
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
He who knows not, and knows not that he knows not, is a fool. Avoid him. He who knows not, and knows that he knows not, is a student. Teach him. He who knows, and knows not that he knows, is asleep. Wake him. He who knows, and knows that he knows, is a wise man. Follow him. Never too late for a shower of rain afternoon. I was telling Davin that to tell you that I'm going to sue you.
We could tell you saying about we leave one down here. Oh no. Unknown. One.
Yeah man, all is well.
So we ready to end of the school year, so we're preparing for literally preparing for next school year.
Oh, you've been having meetings?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good.
Again. So like 7, 8 and 9 was last night, and 10 days is tonight. That's right, because I'm willing to.
I can just imagine.
And then soon for
Okay. So it is.
the have a good one.
You too.
But fools die for want of wisdom. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of the whole is their poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy Why do you fight each other? Why do you kill your brother? Then your reward will be the same tree. the cemetery. We got to build a better nation. Clean up job creation. Or there will be no future for you and me. The lips of the righteous teaches many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Fixation of the soul is vanity. Ooh, destruction of poor people is poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
Fools Die, Peter Tosh, and before that, the Persian Apothem. And if you're wondering what that is that gem which we shared at the start of the program, but it's appropriately referred to as an apothem, A-P-O-T-H-E-G. Let's do that again. A-P-O-T-H-E-M, apothem, which is a line from the let's Let's just make sure we have this. It's a Persian apothegm. And it speaks to a particular way of expressing a thought. It's a concise saying or maxim. It's spelled, there are two, well, you could spell it APOTHEGM. That's the American spelling. That's APOTHEM. APOTHEGM. I beg your pardon. That's the American spelling. APOTHEGM. The English spelling is APOPHTHEGM. APOPHTHEGM. So it's a concise saying or maxim. And this is an example of what we started with this afternoon. He who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool. Avoid him. He who knows not and knows that he knows not is a student. Teach him. He who knows and knows not that he knows is asleep. Wake him. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. Follow him. That's our combination this afternoon in this, the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 9th day of the 6th month of 2022, and we'll remind you of the observances on a global and local level as far as 2022 is concerned, right after the break.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you'll feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, call 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15.
Honor the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years. That's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy, and on Thursdays by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, providing opportunity, stability, and social protection. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
The lips of the righteous, the teachers many.
2022 is the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Put another way, it's the 9th day of the 2nd month of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season in this Disaster Risk Reduction Month, Road Safety Awareness Month, Brides Month, and Pride Month. National Environmental Awareness Week activities continue here in Jamaica. It's National Immigrant Heritage Month in the USA. Members of the Caribbean diaspora in America are celebrating National Caribbean American Heritage Month. Still in the US, June is being observed as Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Cataract Awareness Month, Men's Health Month, Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month, Aphasia Awareness Month, Congenital Cytomegalovirus Awareness Month, Migraine and Headache Awareness Month, National Safety Month, Scleroderma Awareness Month, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, PTSD Awareness Month, and Scoliosis Awareness Month. Es Día de la Rioja en España, where they're also observing Murcia Autonomy Day, and it's Heroes Day in Uganda. It's World Accreditation Day under the theme Accreditation, Sustainability in Economic Growth and the Environment. Hoy es jueves el 9 de junio 2022 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 9 juin 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 9th of June, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never, ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We thank you if you have dialed one of two designated numbers to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-3333. 8281, 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953, 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. Don't worry if you don't have a Facebook account, right? Because there's YouTube, and you don't need to have an account to access YouTube. All you need is a smart device, a smartphone or a not so smartphone, a tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, otherwise known as a PC, personal computer, any one of those. And make sure you have not just internet connection, but connectivity. In other words, try browsing to test if you really have internet connectivity. Once you have established that you have internet connectivity and not just connection, then you can open a browser like Bing, Google Chrome, Safari, and others. And in that box, start typing YouTube. And the box will automatically populate. And then if you're doing that now, you should see this video trending. If not, in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM. And you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. What's on your mind this afternoon? The lines are open to you, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us on WhatsApp. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon to Norman Hines in St. Thomas. He says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan Malcolm and listeners. Dervan, yesterday was my daughter Abeo Hines' birthday. Can you big her up for me? Well, we just did, but we'll do it again. Happy birthday, Abeo Hines. Happy birthday, Abeo Hines. And we wish you many, many more. All the best. Lorraine Brown in the Garden Parish of St. Anne says, good afternoon, Sir D. Hope all is well. Have a good afternoon. Bless up. Bless up to you too. And may you also have a good afternoon, Lorraine Brown. Neriga Smart Morgan 7 says, blessings to you, Sir Malcolm and listeners. I'm present in class. Mr. Malcolm, I'm sending birthday greetings to my two sisters. Happy birthday to Teriga Morgan, who celebrates her birthday today, and to my sister Tashiga Morgan, who will celebrate her birthday on Saturday, coming from Neriga Morgan. Love and blessings to them both. We join you in conveying similar sentiments. Neriga Smart Morgan 7. Good afternoon to Faye Weller. She says, hello, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Blessed love to you all. God bless us. Indeed. Thank you very much for your messages on Facebook Live. Over on YouTube, Ricardo Chambers says, good afternoon, Uncle Dervan. Ricardo Porteous, I beg your pardon, Sean Chambers says, good afternoon, Uncle Dervan. Ricardo Porteous says, good afternoon, Dervan. Good afternoon, Ricardo. Negos says, bless up, Lion. What are you doing to help re-energize the drama and creative arts industry? It was once such a vibrant staple, but now pretty much relegated to a quiet, dark corner. You knew Miss Mulu? No, I don't know who that is or was. Asha Ash says, good day, Mr. Dervan. Just tuning in from London, England. Welcome, Asha Ash in London, England. Sophia Nemard from Newell St. Elizabeth, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for tuning in to both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's go to WhatsApp and see what's happening. This message from Lloyd saying, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Can you please send me the link to apply online for a TRN? That link, I would humbly suggest you go to Tax Administration Jamaica. Their website, Tax Administration Jamaica. And in fact, when you Google that, apart from the website, the Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ portal, the other areas will pop up. Login, property tax query, motor vehicle and driver's license, tax type, property tax hub, payroll, how to pay for your fitness, and guess what? TRN is also there. In fact, TRN is at the top, side by side with login. So that's what we would suggest you do. Lloyd in Philadelphia, just open a browser right now and type Tax Administration Jamaica, and you will see the options. And one of the top options is the TRN link, TRN, Taxpayer Registration Number. So you click on TRN and you will get all the information you need with respect to getting your TRN, your Taxpayer Registration Number. All the best. And there is more. Let's clear some of the others. Let's go up the line. Norman says, happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Abby. Continue shining on this world, superstar. Being your dad is the greatest blessing. I love you, girl, says Norman to his daughter, Abby. Happy birthday, Abby, from Dad. James in East London has shared with us the usual fare as far as the news in the UK is concerned. We're going to come back to that message in just a moment.
Your reward will be in the
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Renovators, homeowners, contractors, fixer-uppers, do-it-yourselfers. It's a construction reduction at the Home and Things Pro Saving Sales event. Warning! The prices are dangerously low. Get the lowest prices on tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, windows and doors, and so much more, including new arrivals. So shop now for everything you need for your project. It's the Pro Saving Sales event happening now at Home and Things. Don't detour. Come down to Home and Things, Old Loop Road and Constant Spring Road.
Calling all Jamaican business operators. Meet the world at Montego Bay Convention Center June 13 to 17 at AICE 2022. Small, medium, and large enterprises, this conference is for you. Capitalize on prospective investors and hear world-class speakers at the 8th World Free Zone Organization's annual International Conference and Exhibition AICE, June 13 to 17, Montego Bay Convention Center. Reduced rates for local business operators. Register now at AICE2022.com.
Honor the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 15 years. That's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy, and on Thursdays by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, providing opportunity, stability, and social protection. Under the law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of hope.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. As we said, James in East London has shared with us the usual news highlights coming out of the UK. In the Guardian newspaper, Home Office's Rwanda deportation plans face High Court challenge. BBC News is reporting that captured Britons to be sentenced to death in Ukraine. Walsall mayor suspended over WhatsApp post, but the investigation found that she did not breach the code of conduct. And also, asylum seekers may be released if Rwanda challenge succeeds. Thank you, James in East London. James in East London, for sharing those news items with us. And Eureka says, hi, Dervan, big up yourself, listening from Cayman. I hope all is well with you. We're giving thanks for life. Hope all is well with you and all the other Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica in the Cayman Islands. Thank you, Eureka. All the very best. Notes forever, from as far back as whenever. We haven't gotten around to listening to those voice notes just yet. Hopefully, in our next break, we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, let's bring you up to speed with some of the stories trending on the Gleaners website, jamaica-gleaner.com, just so you can be kept updated on the very latest. Man believed to be Jamaican gets 70 years for leading drug ring in US. A man believed to be Jamaican who has never held a legitimate job in his life has been ordered to serve 70 years in prison for leading a ring that distributed cocaine and ganja across Connecticut in the United States. Marvin Lloyd, 52, who also uses the name Marvin Shirley, was sentenced in a Connecticut federal court yesterday. Prosecutors believe Lloyd was born and raised in Jamaica based on interviews with family members, including one still residing there. But Lloyd has insisted that he was born in San Diego, California. And his attorneys say the Consul General's office in New York, as well as the Registrar General's Department and the Passport, Immigration, and Citizenship Agency, PICA, in Jamaica, found absolutely no records of his birth here in Jamaica. A pre-sentencing report, which is based on interviews a probation officer conducted with Lloyd, revealed that he is illiterate and has no memory of attending school and has never secured legitimate employment in his life. He also suffers from several medical conditions and admits to drinking alcohol and smoking ganja daily. But prosecutors say an investigation by several law enforcement agencies revealed that Lloyd was the person who coordinated shipments of cocaine from Puerto Rico and California to addresses in Connecticut for distribution in and around the capital city of Hartford. His conduct involved approximately 14 kilograms of cocaine and 50 kilograms of ganja, according to prosecutors. And the story goes on and on and on. 17 people are also facing charges for their alleged involvement in the drug distribution ring. I'd love to hear that person speak, and that could help us to determine whether or not he has Jamaican connections, one way or another. Just by hearing him speak, we should be able to pick that up, especially when we know exactly what to look for. Diamond League action is taking place in Rome. Let's give you a quick update Big 200-meter win for Jackson in Rome. Tokyo Olympics 100-meter bronze medalist Shericka Jackson upset double Olympic sprint champion Elaine Thompson-Herah in the women's 200 meters at the Diamond League meet in Rome today. In fact, that race was run a few minutes ago. Jackson clocked a season's best and a new meet record of 21.91 seconds for her first Diamond League win in 2022. Thompson-Herah came second in a season's best 22.25, while reigning world champion Dina Asher-Smith of Great Britain came third in 22.27 seconds, also a season's best. Olympic 400-meter champion Shawnee Miller-Weibo of the Bahamas came fourth in 22.48 seconds. Well done to Shericka. Well done to Elaine and the other athletes in that race. All the best. So we had to get in that one. And NSWMA to embark on garbage collection drive in Westmoreland. Chang rebuffs call for police to negotiate with criminals. Florida man with ties to Jamaican lottery scam gets 48 months in prison. And let's see who this is. A Florida man has been sentenced to 48 months in prison for his role in a lottery scam with ties to Jamaica. Sheldon Sean Hibbert, 43, was sentenced last week on charges of conspiracy to commit money laundering. Hibbert had pleaded guilty to the offense. The court heard that he participated in a scheme where scammers called elderly victims and falsely stated they had won a lottery. To receive their winnings, the victims were told they must first submit money for taxes and fees. Hibbert's role in the scheme, the court was told, was to help launder the fraudulent proceeds to Jamaica on behalf of his co-conspirators. As part of his sentence, the court also ordered a forfeiture money judgment against Hibbert, totaling $196,523. A restitution hearing has been scheduled for August 5. And gang in Haiti releases 3 of 8 Turkish citizens. Those are just some of the stories doing the rounds, and our main source and only source in this instance, the Gleaner's online platform, jamaica-gleaner.com. Good afternoon to Sharon Richards in Westmoreland. She says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, and all listeners out there ready for class. She says, good to have you on board, Sharon Richards. Hello to Paul Miles of the eponymous Paul Miles Foundation, and Natalie Winter in Washington Gardens is being very kind. She says, looking quite handsome, Dervan. Good afternoon to all, pleasant viewing from Washington Gardens, Kingston 20, enjoying the discourse on YouTube. Best regards to all. Thank you very much for your messages. Here is a call coming through on our text line, which doubles as our WhatsApp line, and it also acts as a straight line to this side of the glass in the studios of Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Uncle Dervan, Malcolm, and how are you doing, sir?
I'm giving thanks for life, and you?
I am doing great so far. Uncle, I have breaking news to tell you. The other day I saw a video on YouTube about a JUTC bus burned down. How could the bus burn down? Seriously, what is going on?
We don't have any report of anybody burning the bus or setting the bus on fire. What happens with any machinery, anything that is of an electrical or other nature, when certain elements clash or combine, some kind of combustion takes place, and that could spark a fire. And if you operate a vehicle, which is why servicing is so important, any vehicle at all, servicing is important, because that helps to detect some of these issues early enough, so that would not happen, or the chances of it happening would be minimized.
When I talk about such things, sometimes when I'm at home and I hear things on the news, I get angry, I get frustrated. You know what I'm saying, Uncle? Sometimes when I feel like I want to talk about a subject that is aggressive, Uncle, please always tell me to calm down. Please tell me to calm down and relax. Please, Uncle.
Right. Well, you're doing that now, aren't you?
Yes, okay. I will always control my anger when you talk to me. When you always talk to me, I will always have a deep breath.
All right.
Yes, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But whoever have done that, they need to take action against that
No,
person.
this is what I'm saying. No, but you have to be careful there, because the JUTC has not put out any information to say anybody did it.
Yes, you're right, Uncle. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for telling me. I'm very happy that some of the people survived, though. I'm very happy for them.
Well, nobody was harmed, as far as we know.
Yes, thank God for that. But Uncle, I have one more subject to talk about. Music. Can I read something to you? I'm very good at reading. Can I read a statistics to you about reading keys if I want?
What's the source of that information? What is the source of that information you're about to read?
It is about statistics.
Yeah, no, where is the information from? Where did you get the information?
On Google.
Which website?
Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I read statistics about music on Google, it tells me that 51% of people listen to music.
Oh. Okay, what's the significance of that?
Yes, Uncle?
What's the significance of that?
Nothing at all. I just love to study these issues. But you know that when I remember...
Oh, hold on. We have to go to a break. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
This Saturday, DJ Franco, DJ Kevin, and the Don Dervan Dancers are mixing it up on a special fusion edition of Fame Frequency. Get ready to dance to your favorite Afrobeats, salsa, and Momotan hit music alongside your host and dance instructor, Misha Yan, 9 p.m. to midnight. Show off your Smirnoff Vodka mixes in our VIP Zoo Watch Yourself area or DM at Fame 95FM1 or RETV Instagram page for your special VIP invite to join the live in-studio party. That's Fame Frequency Fusion, live on the blazing Fame 95FM, Hits 92FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yeah, hear me. I remember one Saturday when I was watching TBJ Intense on One Spot Media, and the young man was interviewing the people in the street, and they were talking about what are your thoughts about the scamming and the obvious lyrics. All some of these people is singing in the music industry nowadays is foolishness. I heard that they were talking about
Not all of them. Not all of them. You're using a
Yes.
broad brush there. Not all of them.
Yes, yes. And one day when I was listening to an entertainment show on the radio, I hear they were talking about this song that called Manipulate. They say the song is foolishness. These young youths nowadays are not singing positive music. You always say this to me. The music is
Not
not
all of them. Not all of them.
Huh?
Not all of them.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But what today's music mean to you in today's society?
I just take it as it comes, whatever it is. I either take it or leave it.
Yes.
It's neither
yes.
here nor there for me.
Yes, I'm going to read it to you. All music facts. Listen carefully, Uncle. Pay attention. I'm very good at reading, though. Yes.
Yeah, but that is that's not going to take us anywhere in terms of a discussion right now, because that is not a discussion right now, and even then you wouldn't need to read. You could share if you learn something from what you read, and there's a particular element that connects with another point, then sure. But just for the sake of reading, that won't be necessary.
It won't be necessarily at all. Thank you very much. So let us continue this discussion. All these people are singing nowadays is sex songs and nasty music that have been curse words. They're not.
No, technically speaking, nothing is wrong with the music. I think you have a concern about the lyrical content of some of the material, the lyrical content, and and those should be reserved for the dance hall. Those should be reserved for the dance hall, where only adults are supposed to be in that space. It's not supposed to be. No so-called clean version of those recordings should make it on free-to-air radio or television, for that matter.
I know that, Uncle. I understand. Uncle. You know that I have a unique voice, though. You know that, Uncle.
No.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I understand you. So when they are playing the music on the radio, you have to be sensitive. You have to be very careful, because you don't want anyone to hear the curse words or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because they will get themselves in serious trouble.
Your point is made.
Yes. Okay. Let me tell you something before I go, Uncle. You are a diaspora ambassador and a diaspora broadcaster. That's what you are.
We try.
Yes. And the diaspora is all about the Jewish and the Islams. You know what I'm saying? It is much more than that, right?
No, it's the word was originally associated with the Jews. The word initially, when it first came about, spoke about the dispersion of the Jewish people beyond Israel. So it was originally used to identify Jewish people living outside of Israel. But over time, it's been accepted as an appropriate word overall to describe people who have spread or have been dispersed from their homeland. So people born in a particular place, or having connections to a particular country, but live outside of that country, somewhere else in the world. They represent the diaspora of that particular country. Case in point, Jamaica and the Jamaican diaspora.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Thank you for letting me share my side of the story about the music industry this afternoon, Uncle. Thank you very much. Before I go, you are not only my teacher, but you are also my favorite radio broadcaster. Thank you very much. We'll talk another time.
Thank you for calling. All the best. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking more of your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. This one says, good day, Mr. Malcolm. I was listening to Power 106 all day, and as soon as Matthew came on, well, you're free. He says he switched the radio. You are free, Carlton, just as how people are free to turn off the radio when I'm talking or anybody else is talking. And I do that at times for whatever reason as well. So it is. Thank you very much for your message, Carlton. Jamaica Love says, bless up teach to you too, Jamaica Love. Good to have you on board. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello to Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Have a blessed Thursday. Same to you, Velta Wilson. Geneva says, teacher, good day. The word end of time, or did you mean world? The world end of time seems to let some people give up. The entire world is facing an unknown spiritual warfare, so we need spiritual warfare. Don't tell me the eyes of the prayer warriors are closed. Wake up, says Geneva. Well, keep praying, Geneva. Maybe you can lead that charge. Thank you very much for your message on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp line, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. That's the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. The regular call-in lines, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Coming up in a few minutes, we will have another in our series of interviews, part of the build-up to the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference. This afternoon, in a few minutes, in another 5 minutes or so, we look forward to speaking with Sanaya Spencer, JN Group Executive Marketing, who will speak with us this afternoon about the JN Group's association with and involvement in the Jamaican diaspora. So that is coming up in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And let's continue with more. There's a story in the Economist entitled Artificial Intelligence's New Frontier, the Promise and Perils of a Breakthrough in Machine Intelligence. We'll share just a bit of it to take us to the break. Picture a computer that could finish your sentences using a better turn of phrase, or use a snatch of melody to compose music that sounds as if you wrote it, though you never would have. Or solve a problem by creating hundreds of lines of computer code, leaving you to focus on something even harder. In a sense, that computer is merely the descendant of the power looms and steam engines that hastened the Industrial Revolution. But it also belongs to a new class of machine because it grasps the symbols in language, music, and programming and uses them in ways that seem creative, a bit like a human. And the story goes on. The foundation models that can do these things represent a breakthrough in artificial intelligence, or AI. They too promise a revolution, but this one will affect the high status brain work that the Industrial Revolution never touched. There are no guarantees about what lies ahead. After all, artificial intelligence has stumbled in the past, but it is time to look at the promise and perils of the next big thing in machine intelligence. So that's a story from The Economist. It's a subject matter that has been out there for some time, and in some respects, the chickens have come home to roost, or put another way, are coming home to roost. So let's see how we manage in that world. Whenever we raise the subject, there are some, I remember raising the subject to some young people, and they say, but sir, if we're going to have all these robots and artificial intelligence, we're not going to need people again. And then I asked them, so who created all of this? Or who's creating all of this? People. Isn't that the case? Right. So it's a matter then of us unlearning and relearning and repositioning ourselves and being able to manage the dynamics of an ever-changing, technologically driven digital world. How about that? After the break, we will feature JN Group and their contribution to the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference, which starts next Tuesday at, I believe it is 8:15 in the morning, 8:15 Tuesday morning, Tuesday the 14th, and will run until Thursday the 16th of June.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high-quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3 o'clock.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Renovators, homeowners, contractors, fixer-uppers, do-it-yourselfers. It's a construction reduction at the Home and Things Pro Saving Sales event. Warning! The prices are dangerously low. Get the lowest prices on tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, windows and doors, and so much more, including new arrivals. So shop now for everything you need for your project. It's the Pro Saving Sales event happening now at Home and Things. Don't detour. Come down to Home and Things, Old Loop Road and Constant Spring Road.
This Saturday, DJ Franco, DJ Kevin, and the Don
What's the name?
Dancers are mixing it up on
Senya?
a special fusion edition
Sanya.
of Faithful
Sanya.
Frequency. Get
Okay.
ready to dance to your favorite Afrobeats, salsa, and Momoton hit music alongside your host and dance instructor, Nisha Yan. 9 p.m. to midnight. Show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoo Watch Yourself area or DM at Fame 95FM1 or RETV Instagram page for your special VIP invite to join the live in-studio party. That's Fame Frequency Fusion, live on the blazing Fame 95FM, Hits 92FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. I'm Dervan Malcolm. As we indicated, we are going to be speaking with executive group with responsibility for group marketing, Sanya Spencer, as we count down to the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference. JN Group, long-standing, long-serving, committed supporters of the not just of Jamaica and Jamaicans, but importantly, the Jamaican diaspora. And so we are anxious to hear of the nature and extent of the association and the plans for the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference. And so let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the lady who has the awesome task of being a group marketing executive for JN Group, Sanya Spencer. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hello, Dervan. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
To your listeners too.
Thank you on their behalf. Thank you for joining us. So let's get a bit of background here, Sanya. How would you characterize JN's association with the Jamaican diaspora? Because my impression is that goes way back.
Long time ago, right? We are committed, as you said, long serving.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dervan, as you know, this year is Jamaica celebrates 60 years of independence.
Mm-hmm.
And the JN Group, as a Jamaican-owned brand for over 144 years and counting, remains committed to serving Jamaicans, both locally and in the diaspora. And as a legacy sponsor of the Jamaica Diaspora Conference since 2004, we have been promoting the aims and objectives of the Jamaican diaspora movement. So we look forward to sharing in terms of what we have to offer this year, which is really to help Jamaicans abroad and especially in the diaspora to learn about what's happening in Jamaica, how they can invest. Not sure, Dervan, if you or your listeners are aware that Jane's first representative office was also established 34 years ago in the UK. So we're more than committed.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, we have built strong relationships with Jamaicans in the diaspora with offices in Canada and the US. Also, through our JN Money Transfer Network, there are over 8,000 branches and agents across the diaspora market.
Wow.
So, exactly. So we have been really committed to serving.
Yes. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, so as I said, we're serious about strengthening the relationship. And I just want to touch on how we had remained committed during the pandemic as well. So
please tell us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, the JN Group, we ensure that the members of the diaspora remain connected with Jamaica and their loved ones by offering our affordable remittance services by JN Money Transfer. As you know, remittances grew during the pandemic And so we contributed significantly to that through our JN Money Transfer space, as well as we introduced during the pandemic a virtual remote service representative digital service, whereby persons were allowed to do business digitally, but with a human touch. So these are things that we have been working throughout the years, as well as even through the pandemic, to keep Jamaica and the diaspora connected.
And clearly, you continue to do a remarkable job in that regard. Well, in terms of the conference itself, over the years, what has been the nature and extent of JN's support for the biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference? I get the impression JN, being a legacy partner, has done more than just make a contribution in terms of resources, but importantly, in terms of the discussions before conference, for example. In other words, I don't get the impression that JN is just, okay, here's a sponsorship check. Thank you very much. Good to be on board again. Bye-bye. It's
not at all. Not at all. You know, we have to recognize that we have more than 3 million Jamaicans living overseas. So it's more than just being a sponsor, but to ensure that we are having meaningful connections, meaningful conversations about things that matters to persons living overseas. You know, the conference seeks to market Jamaica as a viable alternative for investment. And so throughout the years, the JN Group has been engaged with ensuring that we have that conversation about what are the opportunities for investment. And so this year, we want to continue that conversation. There are several opportunities for investment in the construction sector, manufacturing, agriculture, and many other areas. So we want to make sure that we're strengthening the links with our country, as well as the initiatives of our people in the diaspora.
Speaking of initiatives, will JN be doing anything different for this year's Jamaica Diaspora Conference, considering that this is Jamaica 60?
Of course, you know, we're an innovative brand, JN, and we are very much committed. So for the conference, the conference in itself will be focused on digital transformation and innovation. It complements the national development agenda. But JN, we're encouraging Jamaicans home and abroad to register early. We will be having our signature events at the conference this year. And so persons are encouraged to register, to join, because through our digital streaming, we'll be having a Patrick Brown play accessible, which, you know, is led by the actor Glenn Titus Campbell.
Yes.
And it's the windscreen posse, and it's guaranteed to be.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Exactly. So, of course, we encourage persons to register. Only persons who have registered for the conference will be able to attend this special event, JN event. And so it's also absolutely free to attend once you're registered. And I'm encouraging everybody locally and abroad to join, participate. It's a limited space, up to 200 persons, so you have to register early, right, to get to that JN event. But the conference in itself, we're looking for up to 5,000 persons to join and to learn about what's happening in Jamaica, the opportunities that exist. And in terms of the celebration, the 60th celebration, all I have to say, Dervan, is that our listeners, look out for more to come. We have some exciting offers, especially for in celebration of Jamaica 60.
Well, we can't wait. Knowing JN, because you are JN Group is inextricably linked with Jamaica. You are Jamaica national. I mean, so you can't do otherwise. In name, yes, exactly.
Jamaica national.
Yes. So you obviously can't do otherwise. You have to be in sync with Jamaica.
We are in sync, and we are committed. We're committed to improving lives of our Jamaicans locally and and members in the diaspora. And this is not just a sponsorship. We're truly about just making Jamaicans live better and identifying opportunities. And that's what the conference is about as well, is to highlighting these opportunities. So just encouraging everybody to come out, to join the virtual conference. It's also going to be accessible through our JN Group website to gain access to the link to register.
Excellent.
Right, for the conference. So visit jngroup.com or our social media pages. We're on IG, Facebook, and register.
Well, we would like to thank you very much. We know you're busy, so we don't want to take up too much more of your time, except to ask you to say a word to those who are still contemplating. Should I log on and be a part of the experience? Should I register and be a part of the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference? So there are people who might be thinking like that at home and abroad. As we wrap, what would you like to say to them from where you sit as Executive Group Marketing at JN Group, one of the legacy partners for the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference?
I will say, Dervan, that it is our 9th staging, and so it's promised to provide information, your guaranteed entertainment, you're likely to receive special offers. So, a lot of surprises available. So please join early, register early so that you can get access to all the things that are in store for you. And we're looking forward to serving you. We're looking forward to speaking with you, learn about our products and services. There's so many opportunities in the construction industry, in real estate, so many things that you can learn about, and we stand ready to serve. So please join Jan at the conference. We'll be available to our virtual booth, as well as we will also be in the physical space at the Kingston Hall. So looking forward to meeting everybody. So join.
All right. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, Sanya. All the very best to you and the team at JN Group. And we look forward to a successful Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference.
Thank you, Dervan. Thank you, listeners.
It's been a pleasure. Take care. Bye. Executive with responsibility for group marketing within the JN Group, Sanya Spencer, giving us another teaser as we continue the build-up to the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference from June 14 to 16.
The NWC Contact Center, serving you in so many ways. Call 888-225-5692 or 888-CALL NWC. The time by the NWC is 3:15.
Your taxes hold the key. Property owners, property taxes for year 2022-2023 are due. Payments can be made in full, half-yearly or quarterly installments. So many ways to pay. You choose. Online at jamaicatax.gov.jm, the THA mobile app, mobile tax collection unit, and NCB online banking. Call 888-TAX-HELP. That's 888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm for details.
Calling all Jamaican business operators. Meet the world at Montego Bay Convention Center June 13 to 17 at AICE 2022. Small, medium, and large enterprises, this conference is for you. Capitalize on prospective investors. organize and hear world-class speakers at the 8th World Free Zone Organization's annual International Conference and Exhibition AICE, June 13 to 17, Montego Bay Convention Center. Reduced rates for local business operators. Register now at AICE2022.com.
This Saturday, DJ Franco, DJ Kevin, and the Don Donovan Dancers are mixing it up on a special fusion edition of Fame Frequency. Get ready to dance to your favorite Afrobeats, salsa, and Momoton hit music alongside your host and dance instructor, Misha Yan, 9 p.m. to midnight. Show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoo Watch Yourself area or DM at Fame 95FM1 or RETV Instagram page for your special VIP invite to join the live in-studio party. That's Fame Frequency Fusion, live on the blazing Fame 95FM, Hits 92FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
We got to build a better nation.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The WhatsApp number is also up and running, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Ellerid says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How long should Jamaicans stand and watch while the government continues to appoint their friends and supporters to agencies which have or who have no experience? For instance, why not give Fitzbailey the commissioner of police, also the person in charge of JUTC? I don't believe this person ever sees a timetable or knows what size tire on the bus or how much pounds pressure tire should operate. With these people is a waste of taxpayers' money. Give the job to someone who knows what he or she is doing. Well, in any organization or institution, Ellerid, it is not necessary, or it is not always necessary, that the person appointed or to be appointed to manage a unit, a department, a sector, a section of an organization. It is not necessary for them to be schooled in that particular area. If they have tried, true, and tested skills, management skills, then they will be able, they should be able to employ those management skills in how they operate within that organization. So, for example, they know who the experts are within the organization with respect to the makeup of a bus, for argument's sake. So those people will provide information, factual information, evidence-based information on the bus operation to the manager of the organization or unit or division or department, because it's the management skills of the person that allows that person to function in an environment where he or she might not be a trained mechanical engineer or anything along those lines, but that this individual has the talent, has the managerial skills to mobilize effectively and efficiently the team to make a difference, to be able to motivate that team as well. Now, some people don't give any consideration, or they give little or no consideration to that innate capacity or ability to motivate people, to mobilize people, to get people to buy into a vision and to act accordingly. So it's not always necessary. As you have seen, when it comes on to portfolio responsibilities of ministers, they're not assigned to a ministry because they have an expertise there. What they're assigned to do is to administer government policy. But they can't do it on their own. That's why they have advisors who are the experts, who are the professionals in the respective areas. That's not unique to Jamaica. It happens all over the world. And the other point you made about supporters, friends and supporters, that's been a practice here in Jamaica for a long time. Now, it is not fundamentally problematic. What is problematic is when people are appointed to positions and have absolutely no record in terms of managerial experience, skills, no record of performance in a particular area, and we just take them and put them in the area because they are party loyalists, etc. No. And that's not to exclude party loyalists from the governance structure, the governance of the country. As long as the party loyalist is qualified, competent, and capable to perform those duties, so be it. So be it. But whatever we do in appointing people, we must guard against nepotism, cronyism, and any other act that is in breach of good governance. Hope you got that response, Elorid. Thank you very much for your message. Good afternoon to Errol Townsend. We see you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and all the very best to you. All the very best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. The email address is bothsides106 at live.com, bothsides106 at live.com. And we're also standing by to connect with members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. They have been in Jamaica for, I believe, has it been a week yet, or just a little over a week? Or, well, they'll tell us when we speak with them. But they have brought to Jamaica a number of resources for the healthcare sector and also for the education sector. And they have been traversing different parishes since they got here, making presentations of school supplies, scholarships for students, and also medical equipment and supplies. So we're going to hear from them in just a moment. So stand by for that. Welcome home, the members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. All right, so while we get ready for that, let's clear some more of your messages here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. And we also welcome your messages on via our email address, both sides 106@live.com. Both sides 106@live.com. And let's see. Good afternoon, Errol. We see you. Thank you. Velta Wilson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Have a blessed Thursday. Thank you very much, Velta Wilson. It's good to have you on board. And okay, let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. The email address, same as the WhatsApp number. Let's go to the phone lines once again. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Two little things we want to talk about today. A quick rebuttal after the African diaspora. You can define that to me?
It's the similar characteristics of the Jewish diaspora and the Jamaican diaspora and any other diaspora.
Let me tell you something, man. The African diaspora, you know what it's similar to. You say the African diaspora is people of African origin living outside of Africa.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. The word diaspora, it came about. It was first used to describe and define the Jews who were living outside of their country. That's where the word comes from, and it has evolved over time to be associated with any nation of people who are not living in their country of birth or legal other forms of legal affiliation. One moment, please.
Importers, provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30.
Gensetters, we're back.
I'm not sure if it's one person who is going to pass the phone around.
Whole new vibe. We're talking finance.
That might be it, but you could find out from Mr. Williams,
We
please.
discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
Thanks for holding. Right. So the point is, it's a word that is used to describe any group of people associated with a particular territory, a particular state, a particular nation, a particular country, who are living away from that nation, away from that state, away from that country.
So Jamaica is an African population, is African diaspora. Right?
You can call it Caribbean diaspora, you can call it African diaspora, you can call it Jamaican diaspora. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
It's African population here in Jamaica. We don't originate from Jamaica. So it couldn't be.
Where were you born?
That is a brainwash education.
Where were you born?
Jamaica.
Okay. Just checking.
Listen this.
Mm-hmm.
So the African diaspora is people of African descent who live outside of Africa.
But you're not saying anything new. That is a fact. That is a fact. There is no dissonance there. That is a fact.
It's irrespective of your citizenship and your nationality. Did you know that?
There is no mystery there. There's no magic there. There's no gotcha there.
Okay, so that's why you have to speak naturally and educate the people then. You know, because right now...
Well, I can always share information here. You must determine how you receive that information. I have no control over that. I share the information. I do the best I can in that regard. You are the one who determines how you receive, or if you even choose. You're free to choose whether to receive that information. That's not my business.
I want to say, so my business, you know, is to educate, in other words, strengthen my black self and my brothers and sisters. So the African diaspora, speaking to the nation now, the African diaspora is people who live outside of Africa. You know?
But there's not, this is what I'm saying. That's like saying the sun shines.
Yes, but I'm not speaking to you. No,
that's no, but no, if you want to be able to do that, you would have to speak with the marketing department so you can buy the airtime, so that we can play a recording that says the following is paid for by Ras Lloyd.
All right, pick up in there.
Right, so that's not going to happen right now. So I think you should just move on.
Do you believe in press freedom? What is press freedom? Define press freedom. Freedom of the press. It's by international law. So
you have been reading on your own, so you can find that out.
Yeah, so you're denying me of my freedom of the press.
Not at all. We are managing the program, managing it. You get more airtime than John Reed Boat, as we say in Jamaican parlance, and you are complaining. Please.
No,
That's disingenuous.
No, Mr. I'm not complaining, but I tell you, freedom of the press. That is international law. So everyone have the right to freedom of the press to express them opinion. So
but there are those of us who are called the gatekeepers. I don't know if you're familiar with that term. We are the gatekeepers, and so we do our best to manage these programs.
Okay, so you're the private sector here in Jamaica who dominate the media with all for advertisement and just start talk so then come in because we don't pay no money. So we want a freedom.
Not on this program. If you check, if you're listening, you would realize we hardly have commercials on this program. If you're really listening to the program. So you have the wrong program in that regard. Wrong program. Wrong jungle. Yes.
The cabinet is the highest decision-making body in government, headed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who said want to cut ties with Queen Elizabeth II. And now here Marlene, what's in here, Marlene Malawo?
Senator, no, not senator. I beg your pardon. Minister of. You just threw me off. Hold on. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, the Honorable Marlene Malawo Fort.
me say right then. So when I said differently, I know. When she speaks, she's a member of the cabinet, you know.
Yes.
So when she speaks, and the Prime Minister head the cabinet, so it's so funny. That's when she speaks, the Prime Minister, like the back of the curtain, like I know him, you know, I speak also.
No, but individual ministers have individual responsibility.
Yes, given by the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister give them all those office, you know, see, with the Governor General approval.
Right. And there's a mandate for them to achieve certain goals or to make sure that certain things are done.
Now the Prime Minister say he want to cut tie with the Queen, and we see the future King and Queen come here in Jamaica the other day. You know, we come to stop Caribbean nation from cutting ties with the Queen.
No, there's no such thing. I don't know where you're getting that from about stopping Caribbean nations from cutting ties. You think anybody can stop Mia Mottley? Mia Mottley said that her country Barbados was going Republican, and it has happened. Now there are others in the region who have been saying that for decades, including right here in Jamaica. And the latest round is that we are expecting within another, 24 months or so, for us to be closer to that point of Jamaica becoming a republic. There's no effort or no push or any move, nor can there be, to stop Jamaica from becoming a republic. I don't know where you get that from.
You did hear Marine Malawi say them time move the Queen till the next election. How many years left in the next election?
They can't. There is a process. Remember, we are still a country of laws, governed by laws and systems and processes. And there are certain things that have to be done for those actions to be legitimate and legal and binding and all of these things. Otherwise, people can take the decision makers to court if they are in breach. So it's not something that you snap your finger and it happens just like that. There is a process.
You're talking about your mother. You ever hear your mother using this term, want to stand cow back and cut cow?
I'm quite familiar with the expression, but the fact of the matter is that there is no plan, no move, no announcement about UK stopping Jamaica or any other country from becoming Republican. There's no such thing.
We are living in information age, and that's the tip of your finger. That is
you are peddling in fake news. There is no such thing. That's fake news.
Listen this carefully.
Wheel and come again. That's fake news.
Come again. Listen this.
Yes.
Did you know that the monarch of Barbados is Queen Elizabeth II, irrespective of them gone to a republic, Commonwealth? She's the monarch of Barbados.
Barbados is now a republic.
Barbados still remain on the Commonwealth block.
Barbados remains a republic. Barbados is a republic, and it is headed by a president.
So you know, understand what I say. This is what I say. Barbados is a Commonwealth republic. Isn't that so?
If the term Commonwealth is being used to refer to former colonies of Britain, yes, it is a Commonwealth country in that regard. But why are you trying to complicate things? What?
Of Barbados becoming a Commonwealth republic. You hear already the success of Queen Elizabeth said? Him say Barbados becoming a Commonwealth republic is a continuation.
Who is that? Him who?
Queen Elizabeth, son of
Who?
Who fly go down there in inauguration in a big plane. That was an international speech.
Now we'll have to give you the benefit of the doubt that a noisy bike was passing at the time, and so you didn't hear clearly, because there's no argument there. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're wasting time now. So we're going to have to thank you very much for your call at this time. All the very best. And as I said earlier on, we'll and come again. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. As we indicated, the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC, is on its mission, and they're traveling across the country. So you would imagine at times we lose the connection. And so I think we have lost them again, because such is the nature of the cell signal. But they're traveling across the country doing nothing but good for Jamaica and Jamaicans. And we're encouraging those of you, when they come to well, we would like to believe that your communities, having been visited since Monday or so of this week, that you have been rolling out the Jamaican red carpet and being as welcoming as possible to our fellow Jamaicans who reside in the diaspora, but they haven't shaken the dust of Jamaica off their feet. And so they are in Jamaica all week this week, and they were here. They arrived a few days before. They're distributing medical equipment and supplies and educational material and scholarships, seeing about scholarships for students as well. And the organization, Jamaica Awareness Association of California, is led by President Patrick Williams, and he has his supporting team. There is Claudette Coleman, who has responsibility for the medical committee. And there's also Sean Miller, who has responsibility for the education committee. Suzette Flemings is a member of the executive as well, and so too Jackie Small, and they are here in Jamaica for the JAAC's twin mission, medical and educational. And so let's get an update on how things have been going so far. Patrick Williams, Mr. President, how are you?
Oh, Dervan, Sir Dervan, boy, I'm telling you, going around the island has been really a big challenge, but fun nonetheless, and we're learning quite a bit while giving back. It's been a great experience so far.
All right, so I take it you're in the company of the ladies, Suzette Flemings, Jackie Small, and Sean Miller.
Absolutely, they're all here. Be more than happy to.
So what have you done with Nurse Claudette Coleman? Is she on a beach somewhere?
She's at an orthopedic hospital with the surgeons, and they advised that they had a very successful mission, quite a surgeries, quite a cases, and lots of teaching also on the matters that they are teaching on, and lots of items to donate to the hospital and other facilities around neighboring communities.
Very good. All right. So if you, Sean Miller, let's just have a word with Sean Miller.
Sure, he is our education chair.
Hi, Madam Education Chair. How are you? Good afternoon.
Well, hi, Dervan. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. As my late mother would say, stick a pin. Please don't move. We need to take a break, and then we'll come back and hear how things have been as far as the education arm of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California is concerned.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
In need of a locksmith? Call Lock Safe and Vault Limited, the experts in the business, specializing in safes, vault doors, cash protector units, locks, crowd control, and locksmith services. Lock Safe and Vault Limited, 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Telephone 924-555-023 or 924-01245.
Our children are the rocks on which our future will be built, the future leaders of our country who will protect our people. Here's a Jubilee salute to Jamaica's children with 60 great essays by our top students in the Gleaner's Best in Class book. Available for purchase at the Gleaner Library, 7 North Street, the RJ Gleaner Gift Shop, 32 Lyndhurst Road, and the Gleaner's Western Bureau offices at 23 Orange Street, Montego Bay. The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. It's been a very busy week here in Jamaica for members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, the JAAC. They have been distributing supplies, both of a medical and educational kind. They've also been engaging in medical education as well, in terms of the sessions at Anata Bay Hospital, for example, and obviously not in the usual numbers as they would normally blanket this country at different parts in different parishes, etc. They're still doing pretty well considering that the number is smaller due to COVID-19, and so we're grateful that they can still take some time out of their very, very hectic schedule, or as they say in America, schedule, to speak with us. Patrick Williams is the president of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. Claudette Coleman, Nurse Claudette Coleman, is in charge of the medical committee. Sean Miller has responsibility for the education committee. In fact, she was just about to give us an update on the work of the education committee on the ground here in Jamaica. But we also have online Suzette Flemings. She's the daughter of the founder of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC. Jackie Small, I believe, is one of the foundation members of the JAAC as well. But Sean Miller, please go ahead and share with us the nature and extent of the outreach work that the Jamaica Awareness Association of California has been doing in the field of education on the ground here in Jamaica.
We have been doing what we normally do. We've been from Portland to St. Mary, Trelawney, St. James. Today we're in Hanover. We have 14 schools on our agenda this particular mission season. We've done scholarship interviews. We've been able to supply our usual backpacks, tablets, computers, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to be able to share and be with the children here in Jamaica.
Right, and you said 14 schools. How did you go about selecting these 14 schools?
So we work in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, and in particular with the local education officers. You know, we identify through our needs.
Oops, sorry, losing you a bit.
In conjunction with the principals, the education officers, and our own need assessment, we make a decision as to which school we would best be able to serve the following year.
Oh, I see. And so you did a lot of presentation, as you said, some tablet computers, no doubt, and you also got an opportunity to interview students for scholarships.
Right. So we have been fortunate for the last 20 plus years to be able to send to support students going into high school. So we do a $3,000 scholarship. In 2019, we were able to do 7. So we do an
7. Sorry, we lost what you said after 7.
To select students, you know, who not only did well but wrote their essay well, and for their entire high school career, we contribute this amount of money over the period of time to help with books and necessities.
Very good. Sounds like a lot of work. And let's hold it right there. Let's get a perspective from Suzette Flemings in just a moment. Listeners, we are catching up with members of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. They continue to serve Jamaica. How many years has it been now, Suzette Flemings?
Oh, Suzette is, we're actually in the bus coming from Hanover. Suzette is in the back trying to some packaging. She's asking how many years, Suzette. 35 years, Dervan. 35 wonderful years.
35 years of service to Jamaica and Jamaicans. That is incredible. Well done, JAAC. All right, so let's bring back let's have a word with Jackie Small. Is she in the back of the bus as well?
Jackie's in the bus, absolutely. Hold on a second for Executive Vice President Jackie Small. Hi, Dervan, how are you?
I am fine, thanks, Executive VP. How are you?
I am doing fine.
And
how? Celebration Brown, I was one of the founding members, so yes. It's exciting from 5 years.
I can well imagine, and
and I'm still here.
Yes, and no 2 years have been the same, eh?
Hello?
I'm saying no 2 years have been the same. Every year it's been a different flavor, a different experience, or multiples of those.
Dervan?
Yes, Patrick Williams.
Okay. Hi, Dervan. Yes.
Yes, no, I was just trying to get a sense because you've been there from the get-go, and it's been 35 years.
Yes.
And I was saying that no 2 years have been the same, have there?
No, but we have seen the growth of the organization.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have really seen the growth. Even missing those 2 years, 20 and 21, we have at another point of at least we could change our system and could still help, which was very good. I felt very good that we could still continue to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And so did you have specific duties on this trip, or is it just a matter of just helping out in different areas at different times?
Well, because we didn't do too many clinics, we didn't do clinics this time because that's my area.
Oh,
so I just on education with packing and delivering and interviewing for careers and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Thank you very much, Madam Executive VP.
You're welcome.
Great. So that's Jackie Small, and now let's get back to Patrick Williams, now the president, to cap it as we get ready to wrap this segment. So Patrick Williams, off the top of your head, what has this week been like so far, and what's left of it?
All right, let me tell you. What was that? Okay. So we started off Monday. We went to Portland, and let me tell you, Dervan, we were up at 3 a.m. so that we could make it to Portland by 8 o'clock. And we have a really good driver named Mr. Cook. Let me tell you, very careful driver, got us there safely, and we arrived there 40 minutes early. So we started out with Buff Bay, and then we went to Charlestown Primary. And Buff Bay is our adopted school, so we gave them projectors, computers, backpacks, school supplies, and a host of others. And then Charlestown Primary, a new school to JAC, also received a computer and projectors, tablets, and school supplies. Then we moved on to Albion Mountain and Water Valley. And both schools, their students, 6th grade students, are vying for the let me get the man name good out before I forget it. Lewin Harris scholarship.
Yes.
And let me tell you, there were some brilliant students up there, Dervan. This is why we do what we do. When you talk to these students and interview and interact with them, you realize the talent that we have on the island, and we just really want to encourage others to nurture them, and encourage them, because we have some really dynamic young people
here in Jamaica that just don't have that financial backing to continue with their education growth. And so we were delightful to interview those students, and we could have only selected one student, and we selected that one. After we selected the one student, we could walk away because we interviewed four. And so three students were to stand in, and it's not like they weren't eligible or qualified for the scholarship. They were super qualified for that scholarship. So what we were able to do was offer them a 1-year scholarship. All three will also receive a 1-year scholarship when they start high school. So, that was exciting for us to have started something new. That we thank our Madam VP, Jackie Small, who also will be sponsoring that segment for those three students. Then we moved on to Trelawney, and in Trelawney, we went to Salt Marsh Primary and also Granville Primary. And those schools, we gave them PA system, tablets, laptops again, and more backpack and supplies. Then we moved on to South Falmouth Hospital and donated some well-needed supplies, medical supplies and equipment. Yesterday, we were in the parish of Westmoreland. We met up with Mr. Wellington. And guess who also joined us on the trip? Our past president, Miss Yasmin Facey, very helpful with our scholarship interviews. Again, we met a brilliant young man. And I don't know if you remember Rashawn Stewart and Akeem Thomas.
Yes.
This young man is a combination of both. Okay?
Oh, wow.
He was dynamic. So we went to Revival Primary and Granger Primary yesterday. And we also, as mentioned, that we met up with Mr. Winston Wellington, CEO for Negro Education Environmental Trust. And that was a really good connection. Both schools that we supported yesterday, Dennis Hawthorne, as you know, who was our sponsor for shipping our items out to Jamaica, also attended that school. And the Revival School is a school that Mr. Hawthorne and both Mr. Wellington support over the years too. They provided them with trainers so they can establish some libraries and all that good stuff. And so they also have some students that will be interviewing for a scholarship. And today we are in the parish, beautiful parish of Hanover. I'm not from Hanover though, but my parents are from Hanover. And so I'm going to tell you about this particular school. So we went to this one named Watford Hill Primary, and they got themselves a smart TV from us, a projector and a computer, tablets. And so let me not repeat the tablets. All the schools we have gone to receive tablets for their students. And then we went to Cocoon. But before we got to Cocoon, we went to Chambers Hill. Listen, I thought up school, we went to up in St. Mary's, way up in the hill, almost touch the sky, named Maho Hill. This one here in Chambers Hill, it was, Chambers Pen, let me tell you, it was so far up. And we're so grateful that we got the opportunity to go up there, Dervan. These are the schools that nobody gets an opportunity to visit. They don't see groups such as JAC. So we were really, really, humbled to know that we got the opportunity to go there and share some love with them today. They were so excited. Then after that, we went to Cocoon.
Hold on. Tell us what happened at Cocoon after the break, please. Listeners, we are focusing on a group of committed Jamaicans from the diaspora, the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. It's their annual mission trip focusing on medical and educational needs on the ground here in Jamaica. It's been a very busy week. President Patrick Williams has been filling us in along with his fellow team members of the JAAC. More in a moment.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Under the law. Know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. Under the law.
Brought to you today by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, providing opportunity, stability, and social protection.
The Ministry of Labor and Social Security is advising the public that the telephone numbers for the St. Catherine Parish office located at 10 Hanover Street, Spanish Town are 876-984-2554, 876-618-0505, and 876-618-0563. That was a public service announcement from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Mark, you sleeping?
I was snoring. Wake up.
I have a matter to discuss with you.
It can't wait till in the morning.
Did Ronnie say anything to you about them recruiting workers for the highway project?
Why would that interest Ronnie? He's 17.
Having finished high school, he's tired of sitting around the house every day doing nothing.
Let the boy keep himself quiet. He's safer at home.
He thinks this is an opportunity to earn money to pay for his university education, but we don't have the money to give him.
Highway construction is a big man thing, not a job for our frail 17-year-old son. They don't recruit them that young Polly.
Let's view it as a part-time job where he can get some valuable work experience, working in the background.
But he's still underage.
If we are prepared to give him permission, he could be recruited for one of the lighter jobs.
You sure about that?
Yes, Mark. Persons under the age of 18 shall not be recruited. However, the minister may by regulation permit persons under that age, but of or above the age of 16, to be recruited with the consent of their parents or guardians for employment upon light work, subject to such conditions as he may prescribe. That's how it is under the law.
Brought to you today by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, providing opportunity, stability, and social protection.
Join us Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. on Power 106 FM for Under the Law.
NIS pensioners, early encashment continues. Any pension order voucher with a payable date in June 2022 may be encashed as of Thursday, June 2. Collect your June payments at your convenience. Simply visit your designated post office. Remember, your pension vouchers can only be encashed at post offices. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Que ahora es en español, son las 4:03, que la retire en français, les 4:03. 现在几点了？4点03分。3 minutes, well, it just changed, time just changed. 4 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. We've been featuring members of the executive of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, the JAAC, 35 years and counting, according to as far as their mission, their annual mission trips to Jamaica. And they continue to give and give and give and give. And we are grateful for their interest, their love, their care, their support. And we salute them and we thank them for their patience as well. We've had them on for a little while. Patrick Williams is the president of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California. The organization was founded by Suzette Fleming's father. He was the founder, one of the founding members of the organization. And so too, Jackie Small, she's executive vice president. And Sean Miller has responsibility for the Education Committee, and Nurse Claudette Coleman has medical duties. And that's the essentially the small team, which is unusual. Well, due to COVID-19, under normal circumstances, it would be a much larger team of volunteers, not just made up of Jamaicans, but friends of Jamaica, serving Jamaicans across the country. And so we feel a little guilty taking up their time, but we'll wrap shortly. Patrick Williams, the president, was giving us a chronological outline of the activities so far, and I think you are going to take us to a place called Cocoon, Mr. President.
Yes. So my uncle would have mentioned Cocoon quite a bit. And so knowing Hanover is the parish, like I said, my mother is from, and my uncle Isaac Hutchins will keep mentioning Cocoon. So when I spoke with the education officer, regional education officer, he's identified schools that have great needs, and so Chambers Pen was mentioned, and Watford Hill, a school that we've done work with before. And then I said, how about Cocoon? And then she said, oh, yes, there's a school in Cocoon. Oh, God, they could use the help. So I was excited to hear that Cocoon, the region my parents are from, would be a recipient this year for some great items. And so in my inquiry this morning, I asked the principal, I said, by the way, do you guys have a PA system? And he said, no, we desperately want. Anyway, we started journeying from Watford Hill, and let me tell you, that road was so narrow. We were all terrified. The vehicle had to go over the cliff. But anyway, we made it safely to Cocoon, only to discover there's 2 Cocoons in Hanover.
Uh-oh. The plot thickens.
So the one my uncle and friends talked about is Cocoon Castle. This one is just Cocoon. So, needless to say, while I keep saying wrong Cocoon, but right school, because you know what, this is where we're meant to be. They were so excited to receive that. I wish I should share the video of the principal jumping for joy when she received that PA system today for their school. They were just really, really overjoyed. So we're really excited to be up there with them, and they also receive a laptop. As I mentioned, all 14 schools that's on our list, they're all receiving laptops, tablets, and projectors, in addition to the backpack school supplies. We've also been handing out hand sanitizers and masks, because we're still in this COVID season.
Yes.
So we want to protect our young ones and their teachers also. So that was pretty a good day today. And so tomorrow now we're moving on to our final day, and we're going to Sanderland Primary School. I believe that's up somewhere in Johnsall, St. James.
What's the name of the school?
Sanderland.
Sanderland.
Okay.
Okay, never heard of it before.
Yes. And that's one of the things that we're discovering. There's so many primary schools, and all these schools, just, I'm telling you, so far up in the boonies. I remember when we went to St. Mary, and that school, Maho Hill, the mayor didn't know that there's a school, a primary school named Maho Hill in St. Mary, in his town. Yeah. So, we're discovering these schools and just bringing joy to them, because they're so happy that persons such as JT is coming around and bringing them some well-needed supplies, and the things that we take for granted is what they're so appreciative for, simple things as, dry board erasers and stuff like that. They're so grateful for those items. So tomorrow we'll be going to Mount Salem Primary and Infant in Montego Bay. That's Mount Salem, where we have Corner Regional Hospital.
Yes.
And that will be a final school tomorrow. And to top things off, we have quite a number of medical supplies and surgical supplies. We have sheets and bed linens for the infirmaries and the hospitals. We'll also be visiting the Montego Bay Infirmary.
Yes.
And in dialogue with the regional manager, her name is Mrs. Rhoda Burns, So instead of us going to South Lamar and the Lucy Hospital and Falmouth and Cornwall Original and drop off individual items, they have a centralized warehouse where they receive all the items for those hospitals, and then they'll distribute them according to their needs. So I think that's really going to be a good thing for us instead of us having to take them to the various hospitals. Nonetheless, we are supplying items to all three institutions, four, which is Falmouth Hospital, South Lamar, Cornwall Original, and Lucy, and also the St. James Infirmary. We also have some items for the group homes, such as kids and boys homes, and so we'll ensure that we get those items to them before. I believe they're actually having a graduation at Travelers Beaches Resort on Saturday, this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So we will be participating in that. So again, nonetheless, it's been a really, really good week so far, really rewarding week, and that's why we do what we do.
Yes.
We do multiple fundraising so we can acquire the necessary funds and bring the items to Jamaica and see the joy in these recipient spaces. It's really, really exciting.
Yes. And then now, in terms of your support on the ground between yourself and the other members of your scaled down team, who are some of the individuals, what are some of the institutions, organizations that you would like to pay tribute to for once again supporting the mission, or perhaps for the first time coming on board? Is it Suzette who has that list? Or you have it?
Suzette walked away.
Okay.
They won't pass it.
Okay.
I'm pushing them, so we have to make sure they're safe. But the schools have been taking really good care of us.
Yes.
We have Troy with us. A young man, Troy Enriquez, has been one of our community volunteer, and did a really great job ensuring that we have all the photos we need. Helping us move stuff from here to there. Yasmin Safety and Purpose packed about 500 nights, with the school supplies, so that was exciting. I have another friend that's here from Canada, Alfie Ariston, and she's visited with the Bishop of Montego Bay, and I was able to snag her yesterday to go with us to Westmoreland, and she was a great value to the team members. So she was helpful. She helped do some of the interviews. She was excited. She also comes to Jamaica with another medical group, there's a eye clinic. So we're hoping that one year we can partner with them. But we have other persons that have just been helping to navigate around. My sister Jacqueline Williams help us to get contacts and actually point out a few places that we can support. My friend Juan and Daly, Ms. Sean Miller, have a few other individuals on the ground here that's working very closely with us. And as you talked about the mission health and the mission education, persons have been asking, and I must say, when we spoke on Saturday, not knowing that one of my sisters, Joan Williams, was on the line, and when I mentioned that my family's here, and she texted me at the time, and she said, "Yes, bro, I'm listening to you." I thought that was exciting. I said, but if that was my other sister, Maiselyn, the sister Maisie would have asked, "Are you coming to Kingston?" Are you coming to Kingston? And my answer would be, I'm not sure, but I'm sure at some point we will be in Kingston. Dervan, as a matter of fact, isn't the diaspora conference coming up?
Yes, it starts on Tuesday morning at 8:15, I believe, and ends on Thursday the 16th in the afternoon. Yeah.
Well, you know what my role is.
You'll be rolling.
But again, we're so thankful to you, Dervan, for giving us this opportunity to talk about what we're doing. And, as we're moving around, we just realize again, it's not new to us that it means they're great and they're out here, and we're happy to be a part of that, giving back to communities that are just looking for these types of support. There's some schools that don't have computer labs, some do, some don't have PA systems, Most of them, like one school said, they would like to get a laptop for every classroom with a projector. And so that's something that we're going to be looking into where we go to each school, we assess and identify their needs instead of bringing stuff that they may not need. So
Right.
we've got quite a bit of wish list going. We can't promise everyone, but we'll do our best. And so once we've completed our 2022 mission, we'll start looking into 2023. And again, we'll be doing a lot more because St. Elizabeth is a parish that we haven't touched yet, and we definitely want to go to St. Elizabeth. So we'll be looking into going into St. Elizabeth in 2023.
Oops, sorry, I didn't realize we're enjoying this so much. We're past the break. One moment, please.
Get high-quality blinds and beautiful windows, drapes, and wooden flooring from Sam the Blind Man, 40 Barnett Street, Montego Bay. The time by Sam the Blind Man is
416 on Power 106.
You are an exporter, helping to elevate the face of our international trade. But in order to do that, and all the other tasks on your list, you need someone that understands you. We know that finding adequate collateral as a SME can sometimes be challenging, which is why we've partnered with our friends at JMB to bring you the Exim Export Guarantee to give you that extra collateral support where you may need it. Call Exim Bank to find out more about the Exim Export Guarantee. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
Our children are the rocks on which our future will be built. The future leaders of our country who will protect our people. Here's a Jubilee salute to Jamaica's children with 60 great essays by our top students in the Gleaner's Best in Class book. Available for purchase at the Gleaner Library, 7 North Street, the RJ Gleaner Gift Shop, 32 Lyndhurst Road, and the Gleaner's Western Bureau offices at 23 Orange Street, Montego Bay. The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
We got to build a better nation. Clean up job creation.
Que ahora es en español, son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4h. Oops, time just changed. Il est 4h18. 现在地点了10:18. 18 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable, education makes you trainable, training makes you employable, and the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Well, we have a team of Jamaican diaspora volunteers who have long done their homework. That's why they are who they are, doing what they do and doing it so well. Patrick Williams is the president of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC. Jackie Small is executive vice president of the association. Claudette Coleman is vice president with responsibility for medical matters. She's vice president medical chair. And Sean Miller, the VP Education Chair for the JAAC, and of course, appointed Executive Board Member Suzette Horton Flemings. That's the team on the ground, and as you heard, with a little help here and there from friends, colleagues, and community people, as the JAAC team has been traversing various parishes, packing backpacks and distributing them to students, conducting interviews for prospective scholarship recipients, distributing hospital equipment and supplies, and the list goes on. And they're not done yet. They're not done yet. Right, Patrick Williams?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Before I forget, Dervan, I just really want to express our gratitude to the management and staff at the Holiday Inn Hotel and Resort. They have been just gracious to us. It's quite a busy period right now, and for them to open the doors and accommodate us in the way that they have been for the past week has just been tremendous. So a big, shout out to the management and staff at the Montego Bay Rose Hall Holiday Inn and Resort Hotel. Really, really grateful for their support while we are here giving back. Kind of that's big for them too, and so we appreciate all the support we're getting from them. Very, very.
Yes. Well, we're happy to join you in congratulating Holiday Inn, friendly city, Montego Bay, for their support. So where are we now? So you are at tomorrow. Did you tell us about tomorrow already?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're doing Sunderland.
Right. Right.
Somewhere up in John's Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing the Mount Salem Primary and Infant School.
Right.
And that will conclude for the education school visit. And then we're going to be trying to coordinate with the regional class or the medical region so we can get those items that we have. We have wheelchairs, we have walkers, we have crutches, we have canes, we have quite a number of cases of diapers. We have bed linens, lots of surgical supplies and medical supplies for those regions, for this western region. So that should be handoff. But the work, though, as you know, never stops.
Yes.
So for those students, some of them missed the opportunity to submit their essays. Parents and principals have been collecting the essays, sending them to us. So the interviews will have to be done virtually. So we'll have to set up some Zoom to interview some of those students that missed the opportunities. We want to give them an opportunity to apply for the scholarship because I know that they can use it and they aim to be successful in life. We want to be able to see if we can be a part of that. We only have the Enid Davis scholarship that we're awarding, the Logan Harrison, and then we have one new one that we're applying at Mount Salem. And so if you're sponsored and you have a specific school that you'd like us to work with, we're working with doing that. We also will be awarding one after the results for placement for high school. So we have one donor that would like to sponsor a child that will be attending Wolmer's Girls. So there's Kingston. We're coming to Kingston. So once we identify that student will be awarded a scholarship after September. So that will be scholarship number 4 for 2022. And we're hoping that we will continue to draw on donors and sponsors to, support a child. The value of our scholarship is $3,000 over a 5-year period. So for the entire 5 year that they will be in high school, they will be receiving funding from JAC. But I guess to understand now that it might be extending high school to not 5 but 7 years. So I think we may have to revisit our program to see how we can adjust our numbers to match that.
My goodness, it's just a lot of work. It sounds like, and you're constantly looking for more work, in a manner of speaking.
I know my vice president. So what she's been doing, she's been such a tough support, being out here with us, and also she just reminds me of my mother. Just exactly the things that my mother would be saying, and walking there and ensuring that I pick up my cell phones and I have this, but she just reminds me of my mother. May her soul rest in peace. I know I said to my sister that mother probably saying, imagine Patrick been here for what, 1 week now and he hasn't stopped by to visit our resting place. But so I will go and see Mother Bear's resting place next week. Jackie's been trying to tell me that you need to take some breaks, Patrick. You need to take some breaks. But There's some other things that will spill over into next week, such as the group homes and possibly the infirmary if we don't get it done tomorrow.
So you still have a few more days here?
Yes, I will. I
Okay,
will.
good.
And I'm hoping to be here for the conference in Kingston. So yes, I would love to come into Kingston. I guess we'll talk off here about that.
Definitely. All right. In the meantime, though, thank you so much, and along with the members of your team of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, if I can be so bold as to speak on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, big thank you to the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC. Well done.
Thank you, Sir Dervan, and thank you, listeners, for listening. And hope to see you on the road, and maybe one of these days we will be in your community also.
We have no doubt at the rate at which you're going. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patrick Williams. All the best.
Thank you. You too.
Take care. That's Patrick Williams, the president of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC. At other times during the interview, you also heard from Jackie Small, executive vice president, as well as Sean Miller, VP, with responsibility for chairing the education committee. And somewhere in the background, you would have heard the voice of Suzette Horton Flemings as well. She is an appointed executive board member of the Jamaica Awareness Association of California, JAAC. She's carrying on the legacy of her father, and he must be clapping wherever in the world he is right now, knowing that his daughter is continuing the work along with the support of other members of the JAAC executive, like Claudette Coleman, Nurse Claudette Coleman, who chairs the medical committee. Thank you so much. Well done. This is another demonstration of what can happen when Jamaicans at home join hands with Jamaicans abroad. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing. Well done, JAAC. Good afternoon to Inez Ayona Campbell. How are you? Good to have you on board. Jeannie Chambers, good afternoon to you. Velta Wilson, still with us, I believe. Thank you. And Estella says, good evening to you, Dervan. Have a great day. Same to you, Estella. Why does that name sound familiar? I don't even think I should be saying Estella. I should be saying Mrs. Estella, or, well, anyway, never mind. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. We do have quite a few messages to clear on our WhatsApp line. Let's see. Let's go to this message from Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida. Well, it's a picture. That's the extent of the message. A picture that Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida has shared with us. Shell regular, $5.19. Shell Plus, $5.59. And Shell V Power, $5.89. So just sharing with us gas prices in Coconut Creek, Florida, to help some of us to put these matters into perspective. That's 87, 89, and 93, the three different types of petrol. There's more.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. To provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in
silence. Ever since I moved out of mommy house, I can just kick back, relax, have a drink, and it's all thanks to Gateway financing up to the house. And if you're doing a home equity loan, they finance up to 1%. What's really better than that?
Gateway Cooperative Credit Union. For more information on our mortgage plan, visit our website at www.gateway.com, opening the way to your financial success.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, providing medical care for function and performance in association with Winchester MRI, Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging. A combination of key active ingredients designed to boost the body's natural defense, and Almighty Studios, a recording studio where they create worship music to praise, to worship, and to serve, presents Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for people overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with host Alicia Taylor and rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson airs every Thursday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now.
We got to build a better nation. Clean up job creation. Or there will be no future for you.
Que ahora es en español, son las 5:27, que le retiro en français, il est 5h27. 现在地点了5点加27分. 27 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program. Both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Let's clear some of your messages on WhatsApp. Jamaica Love was having a good laugh at the expense of Ras Lloyd earlier on. Not sure why. Lady June in Norway. God kveld. Hvordan går det med deg? I'm trying to read the Norwegian she has written here. Thank you very much. We're fine, thanks. Ms. June in Norway, thank you for your message. And Sharon Plummer says, please teach me to be tolerant. You are absolutely talented in this area. You're very kind, Sharon Plummer. Thank you. Patriotic Jamaican in New York says, Mr. Malcolm, I would like to join that caller who sounds like a young person and calls you Uncle Dervan, in voicing my suspicion re the burning of JUTC buses. But again, remember now, before we go any further, Patriotic Jamaican in New York. Up to this point, we have no evidence of arson, because that's what it would be. It would be classified as arson. We have no evidence of that. So we have to be careful that we don't put information out there that has not been proven. We have to be mindful of that. Patriotic Jamaican in New York. Anyway, the message goes on. I have never seen or heard of a bus company that has lost so many buses to fire. Well, you might be exaggerating there. I mean, how I'm not sure you're in the best position to be able to say that unless part of your life's work has been counting uh, burnt buses or otherwise destroyed public passenger vehicles. Call me cynical, but I think one of two things seem to be happening. Either the mechanics, we have to be careful that we're not reading what is in your head as opposed to what is factual. No, and we're not going to go there with you on this line in terms of the competence of the mechanics, because again, to be able to speak definitively as to what happened, one needs evidence. Other than that, we are speculating, aren't we? These are the same buses being stoned by stupid, backward malcontents in certain neighborhoods in Kingston. Now, that one is very irritating and disgusting. And there is evidence of that, the stoning of the buses. I mean, we haven't heard anything like that in recent times, like really, really fairly recent, but it has happened. It has happened to the point where the JUTC has to be putting out public service announcements and also trying to get footage from Jamaica Eye to see if they can identify anyone in connection with the stoning of buses. The message goes on. I'm surprised that there is so little or no outcry by Jamaican taxpayers, but like everything else to do with crime, the Jamaican people just seem to shrug their shoulders and say, I know nothing. Well, there might be some Jamaicans who take that position, not all of us. I'm hoping that there's some quiet investigation taking place. Investigations are always taking place when those scenarios play out, as in the case of the JUTC buses. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Steve McDonald in Toronto, Canada says, Dervan Malcolm, who was that singing? Which parish is he from? The great Peter Tosh from the parish of Westmoreland. As if you didn't know. Steve in Toronto, Canada, who is desperate to claim everything and everyone who has anything to do with the parish of Westmoreland. Good afternoon to you, Steve. All the very best. Billy Wilmot, good to see you online. He says, I wanted to hear what the RAS was getting to about the Queen and Barbados. Sorry, we weren't able to have you hear that, Billy Wilmot, but there was misinformation. And one of the things we have to guard against is the transmission of misinformation, because he was contending that the Queen and her heirs, or her family, that they were on a mission of stopping countries like Jamaica from going from becoming a republic, which is just not true. And we said it to him and he just kept repeating it. So we had to end that conversation, because there is, as we say in Jamaican parlance, not no go so. I don't know how else to put it, but he wasn't buying it because he had other ideas. And so we had to move on from there. Billy Wilmot, good to see you online. And I don't know how often you listen, Billy Wilmot, but he gets, Ras Lloyd gets a lot of airtime on this program, not to mention other programs. In fact, perhaps more airtime on this program than any other program he calls into. But when the thing becomes ridiculous, I mean, we have to stop it. This is, there is room for some mirth, mirth, and a little laughter here and there. But outside of that, this is serious business, and we are a part of a reputable media entity, which is a part of an even bigger group. And the world is watching and listening. And we have to be careful. Hope you heard all of that, Billy Wilmot. If not, feel free to give me a call and I'll explain. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And Billy Wilmot has some more to say. He says, any other places where that Volvo model is spontaneously combusting? And then, right, he says, yes, I guess he heard everything else that I said. That's a good question. And hence the speculation, I would imagine, is essentially the point you're making, assuming you intended to make such a point. And it's worth, well, the sleuths have been investigating. The investigations are continuing. And what is important is for the team at the JUTC to come back to the nation and tell us what they found, so that we know exactly what's happening, whether people are in fact doing what the person earlier on, who was it, patriotic Jamaican in New York, yes, what he was alleging. But we need a little more than that. We can't just go on a whim. We need a little more than that in terms of information, in terms of facts, in terms of evidence. Because remember, we live in the age of a lot of falsehoods and all kinds of, everybody wants, well, it appears as if everybody wants to get a forward, as we say in Jamaican parlance. So you want to post this and post that. But truth still matters. Truth still matters. One moment, please.
You're listening to Poro 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Yo,
your taxes hold the key.
Tax Administration Jamaica presents Make We Talk Tax, Wednesdays at 3:15 p.m. on both sides of the story, a program that educates and informs taxpayers of the various payment options and services available at Tax Administration Jamaica and the ease of doing business. Make We Talk Tax is a production of Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
Gen Zers, we're back. Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe. We're talking finance, dating, dancehall. You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
¿Qué hora es en espagnol? Son las 5:14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5h moins 14. 现在地点了5点加14分. 14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. More messages coming in. Thank you very much. Billy Wilmot says maybe we can make a case against the manufacturer, by all means, if we have the evidence of some fundamental flaw or act of negligence. Let's bring it to the fore. Let's bring it to the fore. And by the way, it's good to see you online, Billy Wilmot. I think last time I saw you was at that beach in St. Thomas. There was a surfing, was it a tournament? I think it was a tournament that was on that we were covering on Power 106 FM, and your sons, well, your children were there, and others interested in surfing, etc. Yeah, that was quite something. I remember that. I remember that. Maca Pro, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. In fact, I note that Netflix has a series, and maybe you know about it too. A series of which is all about surfing, an Australian series which involves Aborigines and other Australians. That seems to be, I don't know how popular it is, but I'm afraid it's being played in our household a few times. I've watched a bit of it, not in full, never able to sit and watch from start to finish. But wouldn't be a bad idea to have a series like that in Jamaica. But that would cost the initial funding of such a project would be quite something. Yeah. For me, come learn, he says. Well, I was learning how to swim. By the way, let me use this opportunity, not by the way, importantly, this opportunity to convey my condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, neighbors of the late Sarah Newland Martin, who died at age 75. I've interviewed her before on this program. I also through her, telling me about the YMCA, I ended up going to the YMCA, my wife and I, for swimming lessons. And those lessons were fun, actually. We used to go after work to go swimming at the Y. Mind you, uh, work related matters and so on pulled us away, and so I only got to the stage in my swimming pursuit where that stage where you come up for air, kind of a thing. So it's one thing to get the hands going and the feet going and so on, but then now to be able to turn to the sides at the appropriate time for breathing purposes. So I needed to have finished my course. I did not, but I can help myself in water. And thank you very much, Sarah Newland Martin, for your role, multiple roles, we should say, to tremendous work. And what a story, the story of her life. Condolences to the family of the late Sarah Newland Martin. And we encourage those of us who are able to go and Billy Wilmot say head tough. Yeah, and treading water as well. I can do that. I can tread water. But I think it's that fear. There's a genuine fear there about the water, because we know if we don't, if we're not aware enough, we could, things can happen. And so that's a part of it too. That's a part of it. But we can help ourselves in the water. Yeah, we can help ourselves in the water. But as I like to say to young people, the children in particular, ideally we want to teach them how to swim and have them professionally taught, meaning by someone who can really swim, right? At least, minimum. And but we have seen so many times where babies, I would imagine, because of what they were accustomed to in the womb, that invariably we have seen parents and guardians, parents, allowing the babies, just putting them in the pool. And the babies know exactly what to do once you put them in the pool, right? And so on. Yes, with the business of being tethered to the surfboard, Billy Wilmot, I've seen that too, but that is also, I'm not sure how comforting that is to have the surfboard tethered to the what's that, the leg. Yeah, that will take some learning. That will take some learning. He says the surfboard is a flotation device. Indeed it is. And up to, was it this morning or last night, I was watching a piece of that Australian series. I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of series because they just go on and on and on and on. I want to just watch a good movie and then it comes to an end and that's it. But series, I'm not sure about that. But anyway, but people get hooked on series, and that's part of why they do them, because everybody wants to know what happens next. That's the thing. Billy Wilmot says it's just a string. Right. But seriously though, we're surrounded by water, as we know. We really should be, more of us really should be engaged in swimming. More of us should be. But the surfboard, yes, maybe at the near to the shore, we fool around and use it as a flotation device. Riding the waves, no, that is a different thing. that requires some kind of adrenaline rush and some skill. One of these days, Billy Wilmot, one of these days. It's good to reason with you though, and to have you online with us. Thank you so much. for tuning in, and all the very best as we get ready to wrap today's edition of Both Sides of the Story. Vivette Malcolm, our colleague, says, "Hi, Dervan. I used to get sponsors for Maca Pro Surfing out there in Yalas. Thank you for reminding us who got the sponsorship for those broadcasts. You are correct, obviously. And yeah, but we never did get that opportunity to, well, that would not have been advisable. It might have been embarrassing for me to try and do any surfing out there. Anyway, Steve in Toronto, Canada says, we don't have surfing waters on the West Coast. Oh, well, never mind, Steve. You can always come to Jamaica and go to Maca Beach, Maca Pro, the competition there. How about that? Great. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Thursday, the 9th of June, 2022. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care. That's a good reminder, Billy Wilmot, that there are a lot of waves in Vancouver. I've been to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I didn't remember to make that connection when Steve said that a while ago. You're spot on. After all, you know your stuff, Billy Wilmot. Well done. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
The rich man's wealth is in the city. Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of the people is poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy
Bye.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now